Okay, let's kind of readjust this because it was being weird. Okay. Do we have anything going on this one? I definitely didn't click unlisted. I definitely didn't click anything incorrect on this one. There we go. Is this working? Absolute madness. Ugh. We're having some technical difficulties. If you can see me, I have no idea what's going on. On my phone, when I pull up a different channel, there's no live stream. It doesn't exist. So we're going to get to the bottom of this here. Hey, okay, there we go. I think it turned on. And we got some comments. Mr. Saw, good to see you. Oriental, sure, good to see you. Welcome, guys. Excellent. Can you hear me? Is this thing on? I think the last stream was not working. Definitely have a nice delay on this phone, but that's all right. Well, welcome to the stream, guys. I don't know if you missed the first one I tried doing that goofed out, but this is the Sands of Time stream, number 1. I flipped the hourglass, and for as long as the hourglass goes, that's the stream. Feel free to ask any questions. That's really about it. Yeah, we'll see where this goes. I don't have faith that YouTube is going to allow this to go very long. It just seems that they're going to shut me down. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, it looks like you guys are piling in here a little bit. 1 point whatever million subscribers, and we got 17 people. Hot diggity. What else can I do on here? This is all a learning process. We're going to get better at this as time goes. But let's see here. Okay. Huh. Well, this is interesting. Well, we'll let it just cook for a little bit, see who all pulls in. Yeah, that's really about it. Feel free to ask any questions you guys want. I don't know if the comments are... Yes, sir. I am into motorcycles. Pretty big into motorcycles. Got about, I'd say 30 of them at this point. Yeah, it's getting kind of intense. This is a little bit difficult for me to navigate. I'm very fresh with technology. I've never really had technology in my life. It all kind of happened very quickly the past couple years. Yeah, appreciate you guys stopping by. Sorry if we were a little bit late. We had a stream going and it appeared to be unlisted or something. I have no idea. Thank you, Mr. Laxton. Oh, the fire. Totally fine there. Wasn't my fire. I just bought a bunch of guns off somebody that did have a house fire. Happens more frequent than you'd expect. Usually people fall asleep smoking a cigarette, and then there goes your house. So don't fall asleep with cigarettes. It's not a good thing to do. Can I like comments on here? What else can I do? This is the first time I ever used a microphone. That's new. Figuring that out. If you guys see the weird space guy helmet, we were doing a futuristic bounty hunter video with the 12 hammer from G-Force earlier. That thing's a future gun. Worked great. Fantastic. What gun purchase do I regret the most? Oh my. That's a really good question. What was absolute junk? There's a lot of junk out there. Like a lot of junk. You'd be surprised. What really sucked? I don't usually buy junk. I kind of look things over and make a good determination on what not to buy. Bear Creek, those suck. Bolt broke on me super fast. Charter arms. Oh my goodness, do I hate charter arms. Non-stop breakages in every charter arms I've ever had. North American arms, those little tiny revolvers, they're pretty cool, but they don't last very long. Like if you have one minor malfunction, goodbye to your timing. It's over. They've been pretty good with it though. I mean, they fix them fast, but what else wasn't very good? I've had a couple historic old shotguns and things like that. Fired it one time, just blew apart in my hands. Those were not smart. Don't ever dry fire side-by-side shotguns. The way the firing pins are designed, they snap so easily. And then, I mean, you can fix it, but it just turns into a nightmare most of the time. Once you get so many guns that need repaired, that's about it. Oh, the FNX-45. You guys know the FNX-45, the Fortnite pistol? Garbage. Every generation, I'm a lefty, so when I work the safety on them, however they have it set up, it's like a plastic housing for it, at least on the left side. Pops right off, just breaks. It's donezo. Complete piece of junk. And his name is John Cena. You're dang right. Hey, Mr. PA Sportsman's Channel. That's a name I haven't seen too often. Yeah, I'm glad the stream is working. We were in trouble there for a little bit. It was totally not working. What else can we talk about? I mean, there's a couple of you guys in here now. We can talk about our sponsor of the stream today, which is Go Dark bags. These are fantastic. I reached out to these guys personally. My entire life, I never had technology. I didn't really hang on to a cell phone that much. And since we're getting into this whole YouTuber thing and it's becoming a real deal, I got to have these phones on me 24/7 because if something crazy happens, I got to be able to film it. And I don't like that. You know, you get EMF radiation. There's all kinds of stuff that happens. So these things, super nice. Go Dark bags. Check them out. I do have a code, but I don't remember it. So I'll link it later or something. But check them out. Also, if there's like a solar flare or like an EMP, you'll have the only working phone around. So that's pretty cool too. I use it for when I'm going to bed and charging my phone. Slip it in here, tuck it away. None of that brain cancer, probably. So, yeah, check them out. Super cool guys. Do you have any machine guns? I do not. Never got into machine guns. I've thought about buying a couple. Had a chance to buy a Mac 11. Had a chance to buy a couple crazy things, but I don't have that kind of money. That's like super big time, you know, sell a big chunk of my collection and then get a couple machine guns. We're just going to wait until we get like a class 7 SOT, and then I can just manufacture, which that's in the future, but we'll definitely get that eventually. Yeah, machine guns are cool, but they're kind of pointless, you know? It's a lot of ammo, it's a lot of noise, it's a lot going on. Never really had use for it myself. I never really had tactical guns up until about, I got my first one at 18 years old, which is the AK on my arm, AKM. It was a Wasser 1063, which you guys might have seen on the channel. I don't post that much, honestly. This whole thing was kind of a social media experiment, more or less. It just kind of happened. And we're here now, so we'll make the most of it. What else can I do with this? I got the black outfit on because we were in the ninja space bounty hunter cosplay earlier. It's a pretty sweet outfit, honestly. I like that one. It's kind of fun. Hotter than heck. You know, you just save up some money, you buy some stuff. It's really about it. Yeah, it's not a Fed question at all. Optic preference. You know, you guys are going to make fun of me for this. I am a huge fan of the Leopold 3-9 gloss finish, the old one you see on hunting rifles. It's fantastic. Still has a lifetime warranty. I put those things on everything. It's a fantastic optic. I don't like any red on my optic. I just like a plain Jane pair of lines, and that just works great for me. I put them on AR-15s, but definitely like Trigicon. Got to get a couple of those here soon. Big fan of the ACOGs. But yeah, iron sights are still my kind of preferred. I'm very old school, for sure. Carry handle upper with a nice iron sight. The bee's knees, always. Exactly, Mr. Saw. Iron sights are fine. You know, like my eyes work. And realistically, you can take irons out to 400 yards and ring a silhouette. No problem. Like, if you're not, you know, blind, it's really not hard at all. Especially for like CQB. When you're doing CQB, I don't even see the point of anything. You just need to point shoot. And that's kind of what we're going to teach a lot on this channel is the importance of point shooting. It's all just how it feels. Like, yeah, we'll shoot some clay pigeons out of the airs with Glock. You know, we'll throw up like little coins and I'll blast some of those out with a single action revolver or something. It's like a feeling. You just got to kind of know your gun. And your ammo, of course, because ammo is always going to deviate where you're going to hit. But not by much. Yeah, my go-to is always a single action. It's my preferred handgun, always. Yeah, what you definitely don't want to buy is junk guns. Save up for a Glock 19 and a good AR-15. As long as you have those two categories covered, then you can start collecting and buying nonsense. But if you don't have like a Glock 19 or a Glock 17 and then like at least a Palmetto State AR-15, you're out of your mind because that's like the standard. You just have to have that. Do you reload your hunting rounds? Sometimes. I just don't really take it that seriously. Pretty much, I really like Nosler partition ammunition, which is getting kind of hard to find, at least the loads that I'm running. I don't even remember exactly what I use, but 30-06, it's my preferred. Just, you know, very simple. I have a Browning A-bolt left hand, pretty much the only rifle I really hunt with. The rest of this stuff is just kind of for fun, you know, except for Africa stuff, which we are going to be doing some of that here soon. We'll talk about safari. We got some safari ammunition on the table. Probably later this week, we're going to do 6 safari guns in 60 seconds and then try to fit in some words, see what we can do. It's really hard to edit this stuff. I have no idea what I'm doing. Do you have a Winchester Model 12? I do. Fantastic gun. Oh, Remington 700 all day long. You definitely want a Remington 700. Like a nice old ADL, just any of those, fantastic. I like the Browning A-Bolt. That's just my preferred. I have a 375 H&H over there, but oh, no touching guns on live stream. I know that. But yeah, I'd highly recommend just a plain Jane 30-06. That's really all you need. Yeah, the Savage rifles are pretty good, but I mean, they're super, super cheap. The Savage 110 line, they're great. I've never seen one malfunction. I just don't like synthetic hunting rifles. I get the idea of like, you know, if you scratch it, you're not going to get sad. But, you know, something about a wood hunting rifle, it's just kind of what you need to carry. Just be careful with it, of course. Oh, yes. Nobody here can read that, but thank you for your input. I appreciate that. If anybody can determine what language that is, please elaborate. I just sold my Wyatt Earp coach gun, which was a massive mistake. I think it was a Taylor's and Company. Fantastic shotgun. That thing was so sweet. I like buying like movie replicas. Obviously, you guys know video game replicas, hence the whole Resident Evil idea. That's a massive project that's still underway. We'll get there though. I mean, yeah, probably, but Mr. Hypnosis, I wouldn't recommend hitting your gun against any trees. It's kind of like impressive to not ever, like, you want to get in the mindset of never harming your gun, being super careful with it, especially when you get into like high grade wood. You kind of want to not hit anything. It's like a game you play. Like, can I take this super expensive gun into the woods and not scratch it at all? Which is pretty difficult, you know. You're slipping around. You get a little lazy and try to sling it over your shoulder, and your knife might scratch off it. So I do have a couple like relatively beat up guns that I take out, but for the most part, you want to always like carry it in front of you, you know, right across here, kind of cup it like a baby, and walk very gently. Don't step on anything you can't step over. It's a Fred Bear quote. When you're in Africa, you pretty much carry it over your shoulder because you're usually carrying like a big bore rifle. So you just kind of sling it and hold it by the barrel. So pretty safe that way. But oh man, I scratched the heck out of a gun not too long ago. I had a Bowie knife on my side and I just got careless and started really slinging it over my shoulder. And when I looked down, I realized what I had done and I couldn't believe it. Just gouged the heck out of it with the the brass on that knife. Colt Commando. Now that's a sweet one. We did a replica a while back, but it was not that good of a replica. It was the Black Ops 1 attempt. Yeah, the one from Black Ops 1. And TacPack sponsored that video, surprisingly. I don't know how the heck we got that, but yeah, it was a Smith & Wesson M&P 15 that I just got it relatively looking similar. If you guys want to do really cool retro builds, go to Big King Firearms. I was just checking them out. Outstanding retro uppers, lowers, across the board, just fantastic. They got a 1-to-1 Blood Diamond replica. They've got everything. Check them out. Yeah, exactly. Heat and platoon. That's, you know, That's what it's all about. It's all about just buying your favorite movie guns. Can you show your Tommy gun in the next videos? Dude, you know, funny thing, I actually tried to get a bunch of footage with the Tommy gun, and we were trying to film it for the Resident Evil video. The thing just keeps jamming no matter what I do. It's like horribly jamming. So that kind of screwed up the whole process. We got to take it apart, see if I can file some things down and figure that out. But that thing is a jam meister, big time. I love spending however, I think it was like $1,400 for that thing. Took it out one time, jam. Every time. And like the way it's jamming, the brass is like getting stripped right at the like the head of the bullet, and it's when it chambers and does shoot, just shoots the brass right out of the side of the chamber, and it caught me in the eye real nice. Yeah, thank you, Auto Ordnance. Love it. We'll figure that out though for sure. It shouldn't take that long. When are you gonna drop your playlist? You got some bangers in your videos. I do got a ridiculous playlist. I could, it's unlisted right now. I mean, I could make it listed right now, but oh man, it's getting big. I mean, we probably got like 800 songs in there, which we're gonna move back to that here real soon. I'm just kind of testing the waters. You know, not many people will systematically tank their views just to see what's going on. You know, I treat my channel very differently. I'm not afraid of what happens because I don't really care. I really don't give two hoots about this channel. It was literally an experiment. An experiment gone wild, I guess you could say the least. Am I allowed to play music for live streams? Probably not. That's copyright issues, right? Sometimes it's hoopla. Don't feel like you need to sit through all of it, Mr. Chainsaw. Sometimes it's just like funny enough, the beginning of my channel, like the first, I don't know, 40 to 50 videos ever, were nothing but old Snapchats. Like literally they were just old Snapchats I used to send to my friends, goofy little videos, and I just put them on YouTube. And that's what started the channel, just old Snapchats. I kind of got back to that a couple weeks ago. A lot of problems with YouTube. YouTube gives me nonsense strikes, and then every time they give me a nonsense strike and they refuse to appeal it or make any sense of it, I just take a break. I say, all right, that's enough of this. I got other stuff I can work on. Isn't it scary to live in a gun society? No, not at all. You can. I'll mute the audio after the stream, but YouTube has AI. Thank you, Blaze. Mr. Blaze. We'll see what happens with that. Mr. Blaze Pitts is a professional 360 quick scoper guy from the Call of Duty games. Check him out. And no, it's not scary at all to live in a gun society because I'm the king of the guns. It's not really, you know, it's like, what am I afraid of, you know? It's and also it's like you got to know what's going on, you know? Like I can't get too into detail. I don't want to dox myself, but in my line of work, you like always watch people's hands and like where their hands are. So like if somebody's hands are like in their pockets, that's when you kind of like, oh, what's that guy doing, you know? Like you get a feel for people's body language, how they're communicating with you. And for the most part, everybody in America is super peaceful. An armed society is a polite society. Nobody just runs around going crazy unless you go to crazy parts of the city, realistically. And that's all stolen guns and stuff like that. Oh, thank you, Mr. Athen. Yeah, the scariest part about living in a gun society is if you have to use your gun in an emergency and then you get railroaded in court because you had a liberal judge, which we don't want to get political on here, but That's like a huge issue, which shout out to Gun Owners of America. Little thing down there. You might be able to see it under the comments. Great guys. They like fight for your rights. You know, they try to fix that stuff. Those are great guys. And I guess just good genetics, Mr. Athen. Thank you. I appreciate that. We're all blacked out right now because of the cosplay we were doing earlier. You guys are gonna love that. I looked like Darth Vader. There's a ninja sword down there. Yeah, we got the ninja sword out for it. It was crazy. Well, so far, I mean, this stream is actually working. I'm kind of proud of this. Shout out to Hold Up Displays. Those guys are super patient with me. They sent me a giant wall like a year ago, and I'm still in the process of like completing the studio and getting it ready. So those guys are really cool. Yeah, this is the casting couch. I wish that was a joke. I'm amazed the stream's gone this long. I mean, honestly, this was like my test to see how YouTube would react to a live stream, if they're gonna unlock my channel, you know, let me actually have some freedom so I can get back to work. It's like, it doesn't feel like much of a partnership, you know? Like every time I try to post a couple videos, I get slammed with the most bizarre strikes and stuff that makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Every single one of my removed videos is a completely normal video. Like, I pick a gun up, hold it side to side, just the little ASMR stuff. Boom, they tell me it's a machine gun. Oh, they say it's harassment. And then I get on the phone with a rep, and the rep just, it gives me the guidelines over and over. It's the craziest thing. We're not going to get into that, though. Safely and securely. Well, the best is armed security. So most of my stuff has armed security on the premises. So at 24 hours a day, there's somebody there, which is the best way, of course. Obviously, good locks. A lot of signs that say no trespassing. Snipers are around. That stuff actually works. But big doors with big bolts. It takes a really long time. Big safes. Like, even those crappy Liberty safes, I think I have 6 filled safes now. Like, I think they're 30 or 40 gun safes. They're all completely filled. You got another warehouse full of guns. I have guns everywhere. It's getting to be a madness. But yeah, it's a little bit hard to store all of it. Insurance. Insurance is a big helper of that. So if you do have, you know, a fire, you get your guns back. But yeah, it's not really that difficult. And you don't want to store all of your guns, because if you're like one of the people that think your like bedside pistol needs to be in a locked box, you're crazy. That thing should be super accessible. So if you hear the glass shatter, you hear somebody break in, you got to get your gun fast. There can't be no screwing around. It's just kind of fun to work with a little bit, figuring this out. If I bounce off of this, what happens? Which gun has the most meaning to you? Hmm. That's a very good question. I got a couple that really mean a lot to me. Probably my AK, realistically. That was the first gun I bought when I turned 18. It was the first gun I bought myself. My AKM Wasser 1063, 1964, Romanian Wasser. That thing has never jammed. I got it for, I think it was like $300. Yeah, it was $300. And then the guy was like, well, if you give me $75, I'll give you 1,000 rounds of ammunition and 10 extra magazines. And at the time, I mean, that was kind of the going rate for used old AKs, which, boy, have times changed. Yeah, I would never sell my AK. That's kind of what started the whole tactical frenzy in me. I went from knowing nothing about tactical firearms to I'm getting pretty well versed in it. I got some pretty cool builds. Of course, I can build anything. If you guys like, I got access to literally anything. I watched I think it was Dirty Civilian maybe, or Prepared something. One of those guys. They had a belt-fed upper, and then they put an FRT trigger in the lower. That thing was sweet, and I'm really debating on getting myself one of those. Do you have a federal firearms license? Redacted. That information is classified. But thank you for the question. Yes, I do. The AK, sometimes I'll put like a one of those Midwest optic mounts on it, and it gets a nice little aesthetic of half wood, half tactical. What else is half wood, half tactical? I got a couple that are kind of like that, but I can't really just go grab them right now. Funny enough, the Red 9 was kind of like that when we set it up for the Resident Evil video. We had to tape some laser beams and stuff on it. Wooks. I had a Wooks sponsor for a little bit. They haven't called me in a while, but not really a big fan of Wooks. They're crazy overpriced, and it just doesn't seem like there's a point to it to me. It's not really that comfortable. It doesn't really look that good, and it is crazy expensive. So, I don't know. I feel like the 870 for the Wooks isn't that bad of a choice. I think that one's relatively affordable. But like all the other stuff, like the Furiosa is what they sent me for a 300 Win Mag. It just, like, the more I played with it, the more I was just like, who buys this? Like, what's the point of this? Which I probably shouldn't be saying. They're never going to sponsor me again, but well, what the heck do I care? I'm not here for money. What else is a good half tactical, half wood? Remington 870s, just standard Remington 870 with the wood. You put an extended tube on there, get a little flashlight mount. Kind of stay away from the shell holders. You don't really need a shell holder on there. Just get good at loading from your pocket, because that's more or less what you're probably going to end up doing anyway. That's one of my favorite half tactical. What else? What else is there? It's kind of hard to remember everything that I have. There's a lot. Lever actions, I kind of like the half tactical. In fact, I wish I could, you'll see it later this week, but I have a half tactical Chiappa lever action 4570. I think it's an 1886 big loop lever action. It's one of their takedown guns. That thing's pretty cool. It's not really tactical per se, but it has a fiber optic sight on it. It's got a nice scope. It has a rail, so I could put a red dot on there if I wanted, or put a flashlight on there. And it's threaded, which is pretty cool. You're going to see that for the probably the Jurassic Park video. We're going to compare that to the Marlin 4570 that Chris Pratt used, which the Chiappa is so much nicer. Looks nicer. It's just better in every way, shape, or form. Rossi. Rossi is pretty good. I don't really have too many complaints about Rossi. I've got a lot of the old Rossis, lever actions. That's one of the... I made a video with a 45 Long Colt stainless Rossi. It's like a cherry wood finish. and stainless, everything else. And I shot a coyote with it a long time ago, and then I put the jaw bone of the coyote and wrapped it to the front, and then I put some feathers on the stock to make it look like a Native American build, which I'm getting kind of into that. That's kind of tactical, old school. We're going to do a couple of those kind of things. Vigilant stock. Now, I haven't seen that one. I'm not too 100% on what the Vigilant stock is. I'm going to have to look that one up sometime. Yeah, exactly. The medicine stick. You you caught on fast, Mr. Saw. That's exactly what we're doing. Um, love that gun, by the way. The medicine stick was so nice, especially if you do the hand loads. Fallout is such a great game. We're gonna really get into that. In fact, we'll probably do a Fallout New Vegas live stream eventually. I know how to do a speed run. You guys, it's never been done before on camera. It's a crazy speed run. I can get you power armor, the best guns in the game, um, the best companion in the game. We're talking 45 minutes flat, no problem. Oh, the Wook's AR stock. Okay. It's not bad, but if you're going to go that route, do like I don't think they make a service rifle setup, which whoever makes the service rifle from Fallout New Vegas, that is some wood grain I can get behind. That's sweet. That looks awesome on an AR-15. Ah, salute. That's a weird place to be. F-22 Raptor 75. That's a very interesting place to be that Americanized in Paris. Huh. What's the Eiffel Tower like? I ain't never seen that thing in person. Don't really have any plans to go to Paris. I'd like to go to Rome. Rome would be pretty neat. Am I allowed to read books? Can we have like story time? I'll get some really old books and read you guys some stories. Athens. Well, I have to assume Greece. Are you from Greece? That would make some sense. We could definitely do a capstick. I'll get some old hunting stories. Those stories are crazy. Um, that's like when Africa was still wild, because nowadays, even if you go to the outback of Africa, it's just not what it used to be. It's all kind of corralled. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I was reading Man Eaters by Capstick, and beginning of the book, it just starts talking about shark attacks, which big ocean guy. I do a lot of spearfishing, and I watch Sharks Happen. If you ever seen his YouTube, love it. It gives you a lot of knowledge on like exactly why the sharks attack, the shark behavior, and definitely is very vital information. Yeah, you guys got some nice seas over there in Europe. I'd love to go to Italy and do some spearfishing. That'd be phenomenal. I agree entirely. Marine life is amazing, and it tastes amazing. Super healthy for you. except with all the plastic that's getting into everything, which is very unfortunate. Yeah, a big spearing guy. I'd like to, I don't know if I'm even allowed to say this, I'd like to go on a lion hunt with the Maasai tribe. Use these bad boys. That's where they came from. I don't think they do that anymore. I don't even think they're allowed. I like watching the lag on this. It's kind of neat. Okay. That thing might actually be timed to an hour, which is pretty impressive. I got it off Amazon, I think, which I, I don't think they can determine real time on that. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, these days, I wouldn't really hunt lions. There's not really, there's not like enough of them. Back in the day, heck yeah. Like if you went all the way back to even the 70s, plenty of game over there. But the poaching from not guys that look like me, let's put it that way, from the poaching from basically warlords, right? Uh, the Russians sold them belt feds, and they just drive through in armored trucks and just mow down everything. And it has been such a devastation to every single population of every bit of African wildlife, from elephants to rhinos to lions to everything just gets mowed down. Um, it's a complete mess, and it's been like that for 60 years now, almost. So. Yeah, it's a mess over in Africa, especially South Africa. But let's not get political, you know. Keep the channel a little bit light. I can't believe YouTube's letting the stream go this long. We didn't even touch on all the YouTube nonsense. Man, you guys want to know how I got my play plaque? That's a funny story. Uh, where's my dang gold play plaque, YouTube? They're never gonna send me the gold one. It's never gonna happen. What can I do here? See, that's another thing. I always click on completely open comment sections, don't restrict anything, and all of the comments get restricted. My own comments get restricted. Really positive comments get restricted. Negative comments. Like, it's just like the neutral comments that post. Everything else just to the void. Yeah, I regret becoming a YouTuber, realistically. Kind of wish I didn't do it. It's mostly a waste of time. Um, you really just are sticking your neck out more than anything, you know? The reason, and of course, um, Stink Jeopard clone. I have not seen that, but I'm gonna have to look that up. Hmm. Wish you guys could post pictures in here, and I could take a look at that. But yeah, I wear the mask obviously not to hide from YouTube. They have my social security number. They know everything about me. Um, but YouTube like will actively, I've noticed, send complete weirdos to comments on some of my videos, and I don't want those guys bothering me in my normal life. In fact, I've had 2 stalkers so far. I don't know how they found me. I don't know how they figured it out. 2 of them. They show up and they just start asking for a job. Can I work with you? Can I go to the range with you? Can we hang out? Like, buddy, I don't know you. It's one thing to ask that. It's a whole nother thing to repeatedly come bother me at work about it. That's a completely different story. Like, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, all in all, the stream's been pretty successful. We actually had a couple people in here, which is nice. See, I missed out on Black Ops 6. I don't think I played that one. I missed out on a couple of the Black Ops. Yeah. Video games just aren't the same anymore. I just don't get any enjoyment out of it. The few times I do play video games, I like fire up the PS2 or the 360, you know, blow the dust off and start back to the old days. Black Ops 6 was pretty decent. Is that the newest, the new one that just came out? I might have played that. Is that the one with the new zombies? Because we did play a little bit of the zombies. I remember beating a few of the Easter eggs at my buddy's house. Okay, yeah, I did play that one mildly. You guys want to talk about Black Ops? MW, the original MW, not the original, the one from COVID time period. It's a heck of a riot shield and a knifer. Like, big time on that. I think I got 15,000 kills with the combat knife. All search and destroy. I was out of my mind during COVID. The amount of rage quitting I made people do was baffling. Yeah, Black Ops 2 was my bread and butter. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, playing zombies, split screen. Like you can't see it, but the TV right behind the camera stand. We used to have parties here, set up 2 chairs, and just run split screen Black Ops 1. That was so much fun. Black Ops 6 Tech 9 grip. I didn't know there was a Tech 9 in Black Ops 6. I can't believe the stream is almost over. This is ridiculous. We actually made it, guys. I was expecting the sands of time to not make it very far. I don't know if you guys can see that from here, but we almost made it, and YouTube didn't kill the stream over some complete nonsense. So it's pretty impressive. I missed out. See, yeah, I never have I still don't have a PC. I didn't have Wi-Fi until 2018. I always had to go to my mom's house to play video games, or like a friend's house, and then I'd get to get some online time. But yeah, I live out in the country. Like it was like the 1990s and 1980s here forever. Like it changed like right before COVID. Yeah, man. Thanks for hanging out, Chainsaw. Glad you stopped out, dude. We'll probably do this again. I mean, this went out remarkably well. Oh, Apex took my life. Oh, change your name. What are you doing? Mr. Zambotti? Baseball guy 69, you know, that's an option. You could do that. Yeah, Apex took my life for sure. That was like right around after COVID. Huge Valk. Big time Valk player. Yeah, live streams are pretty cool. I can't believe it worked. Yeah, we'll definitely do this again. We're out of sand, so I mean that pretty much calls it for tonight. That was about a 1 hour stream. Yeah, Apex definitely died, Mr. Athen, for sure. It's not looking too good anymore. But I mean that's the end of the stream, guys. We're gonna do this a lot more often now. The sand is over. We'll answer more questions. I'll get the channel cooking here soon. I just have to dump a whole bunch of ASMR. Resident Evil gun review. That is a fantastic ending question. Soon. There's still some parts we have to finish. The merchant room isn't done yet, and the merchant room is going to be awesome. We got the lights, the full merchant costume. I'm going to really play that character up pretty well. I got to film a few things with the Big Cheese. Absolutely massive cameraman, one of my guys. You're going to meet him. Looks exactly like Mendez. One of the things that was holding us up, I was trying to get the Striker, but the Striker was just not going to happen. It's a class 3 destructive weapon. So like every time I went to purchase one and start the process, it was like, yeah, we'll let you know in 2 years. And it's like, oh, that's not going to happen. We're not waiting that long. So I kind of made something similar to the Striker, and that's the only gun that we're kind of improving. But I got every other gun in the entire game, so that was pretty cool. But it won't be too long. Probably whenever Resident Evil 9 is going to drop a trailer soon, hopefully. And once that hype generates, we'll drop RE4. So it's coming soon, I promise. Yeah, the shotgun striker. Yeah, the street sweeper. You know, it's a class 3 destructive device for absolutely no reason. It sucks. It's not even a good gun. And they're not even that much money anymore. You can pick them up for like $1,000. But you got to fingerprints, the whole 9 yards. It takes forever. Because American laws are weird and ATF's weird. But hey, again, thanks for stopping by, guys. This was a great stream. I got to go to bed because I work in the morning. So thanks for coming out. I don't really know how to end it. Let's dig around here. Let's see what we can find out. I don't think I can do it from this phone. I'm going to have to do it from that one. But again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next stream. Probably in like, I don't know. We'll give it next Sunday, probably. Good night. Peace out, guys. Thanks for stopping.